Back again.
Get ready. Get set. It's time to fight on Gotcha Force.
Oh, jeez.
Cue the intro if we have an intro. If not, then just leave this part in awkwardly.
We have an intro.
Welcome back to Gotcha Force, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, the Gatling Gunners. Ooh, gosh. I always hated the Gatling Gunners when I played as a child because they just have like 100 bullets.
I like that the Gatling Gunners means something to you, and to me, I'm just like something else to press B at.
Yeah, true. There's significance to everything to me in this game because I played it a lot.
I'm sure I'm the same way about stuff from my childhood. No worries.
Got anything in mind?
Zatch Bell was the first thing to come to mind. Oh, Gatling Gunners.
Oh, also you recently finished up the manga like
About a year ago, yeah.
yeah. Gosh.
Zatch Bell, man. That was around in my life for a very long time. Because I started watching it when it came on Toonami. And then it went off Toonami. And so I started reading the manga as a kid. And I had like the fighting game and everything.
Yeah. Golden Water.
Golden Water beats everyone. Oh. Anyway, did that. Didn't finish the manga because I didn't have any way to like access it. Except for what was just readily available to me in like bookstores and stuff. So I didn't get too far in. And then I went back and watched the Japanese original with subtitles, and I watched all of it. So I got through, I think it's 150 episodes. And then I last year decided I was gonna reread it for nostalgia, and then I found out there's like a whole 2/3 of the story that isn't in the anime, and so I finished it.
So, how's your trip through the manga? Like, was it worth it? Was it worth the years of wait time to read it?
Well, it felt weird because a lot of the characters are like super familiar to me. Like I could just rattle off names: Brago, Conchome, Zophis, Taya, and those characters. They're like, yeah, they've been in my pretty much last decade of my life.
Yeah.
And then there were new characters coming up, and I'm like, who's this guy? And then it felt weird. It was like I had a dedicated cast of characters my entire life. And then and now there's new ones. Here you go.
Okay.
But it wasn't a ton of them.
Yeah. So, who was new, like, exactly?
Well, there was a character that was like the second boss of the series, Leo. Which, I don't know if I may have skipped him in the anime, but I don't remember him being there. So, he was new, and he was like a centaur guy that had a lion chest, and the lion chest opened up because it was like a head.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird. And it turned out that like his bookkeeper, for those that don't know Zatch Bell, it's a story about demons that come to the human world and they have a book. You have to give the book to a human that can read it, and they can use spells. So like the main character Zatch, he shot lightning out of his mouth. That was his power. Well, Leo kept his bookmaster inside that mouse, that lion head.
Alright.
And so everyone's just like, he's a Mavoto that can cast spells without a bookmaster. There was like, no, he's just been chilling in here for a while. He opens his mouth at one point, and the guy just kind of like crawls out, and he has like really long legs, so he just kind of awkwardly steps out. It's
Okay.
Like, here I am. I've just been in here for a while. We doing evil stuff? Okay.
Interesting.
And then like the final guy, his name was either Clear or Near, I forget. But he had a baby as a bookkeeper that he infused with his pure evil. And so the baby could read. And he's like, this baby's gonna grow up to be evil. But I needed a bookmaster, so I sped it up and made him an evil baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evil baby. Like, what does the evil baby look like? Is he just like
Not cute. Not cute.
Well, evil's never cute.
Okay, you know, Tintin from Naruto?
Yeah.
Those puffballs on a baby with an extremely expressive face.
Okay.
And it kind of looks like a frog.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I finished Zatch Bell. It was super good. And definitely worth reading it. But when I got done, I just kind of felt sad because, well, spoilers for a series no one cares about from a decade ago. Zatch goes back to the Momoto world because he wins and becomes king. And when Kyo's saying goodbye to him, and then it ends with Kyo getting sent a letter by Zatch. And it's him like just saying, hey, the Momoto world's great, and I made it so all the Momotos could send their friends letters just one time.
Huh.
So this is me saying that I can't wait to see you again. And I'll figure out a way for us to be friends, or to be together again, my friend. And it's like real sad. I was like, oh, this is like the saddest sign off. Because it was like, there's no more Zatch Bell after this. Like, there's no, like, Boruto style series.
I think that's a good way to end it, though.
Yeah, it felt very sentimental.
Yeah.
Unlike some series. Shaman King.
Good gosh.
Hey, Flarg, it's time for some trading. Let's go, Mana.
Okay.
Just one word sentences from Mana at all times.
If YouTube allowed for us to do music and not get totally flagged, I would just want what? And then Mana going, okay.
We can find a little John clip.
Yes, put Lil Jon in here.
Gosh, alright.
Oh.
But you have to explain your Shaman King beef. You can't just leave it up in the air.
I mean, I could. It would give me about the same effect as Shaman King gave. Okay, so Shaman King was a series I read in high school, in like freshman year. His fun fact about me, I didn't really... I don't know, high school, like especially like freshman and sophomore year, wasn't particularly taxing for me.
Yeah.
So I would just read manga in class. And my teachers didn't really care because I was still like getting excellent grades and stuff. So they were just like, yeah, whatever, you figure it out. So Shaman King was one that I read. And I read all of it the library had because it was still coming out at the time. And it was like in the 30s. And I spent so much time on it. And then I started having to buy my own copies of it. So I bought my own copies of it. And for a freshman who's, what, 14, 15?
Yeah.
And doesn't have a job, that coming up with that $7 to $11 at a time can add up.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that haven't read Shaman King, it has no ending.
Gosh.
They build up to where the main character is fighting his evil twin in the Shaman King tournament. I know, most generic explanation of an anime ever, but hold on with me, I'll get there. He recruits all of his friends, and they go up to the door where his brother's supposed to be, and his brother had just won the Shaman King tournament and gained the power of a god. And they're like, oh man, we're not going to be able to beat him. And they get to the door, and then it cuts to like 10 years later, and they're just like running a bathhouse, and it's like, yeah, it's nice to see you after all these years, my friend. It's like, what happened in the fight? And you never get told, and the author's note at the end is like, sorry guys, I didn't know how to end it, so I just kind of stopped. I hope to one day come back to this, but probably not. And that's just it. It's like, I spent all this time reading this stupid series, and you don't give it an ending.
See, the closest thing I've ever had to that was, what do you call it? There was a name called Gunblaze West. And it was about, like, it was a cool Western manga about this kid who had super good gun skills that he learned from this outlaw who got gunned down. So this goes on for about what you call it, like Formic Omega, he gets like two friends along the way, and essentially they go off to find Western One Piece.
Western One Piece.
Yeah, and
it's like One Piece, but in a cowboy hat.
yeah, and at the end of the story, you what did you call it? I don't.
Wait, what?
Huh? Yeah, it was supposed to be just against Nakobe, but he was just like, psych!
Did no one see this kid walk up?
You know, he was hiding behind that giant barrel over there. It was just like, yo, this is now like a 2-on-1 battle.
I mean, that's fine, but
Yeah,
I'll just beat him too, but come on.
it's supposed to be super surprising and super cheap.
Well, I'm about to die anyway, because whoever... I don't even know who I was fighting against just then. Steel Samurai?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead, so...
Oh, you're playing with Black. So yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. You got you right at the beginning.
Oh no.
Or at the end, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, Western One Piece.
Yeah. So they finally find it by assembling these map pieces, if I can remember correctly. And I don't think anybody cares enough to really go like, oh no, I was reading this, because this one doesn't have anything either. It came to just like, okay, there's all these outlaws and everybody looks super cool, and there's a night guy. And I'm just like, okay, I'm hyped. And then at the end, the author goes like, yeah, I didn't really have direction where I was going with the story. Sorry about this, guys, but it ends here.
But there's a night guy.
Yeah, there's so many like cool characters you just put in the background for no particular reason. And I was just like,
Oh, be quiet. Oh, I knew I was going to lose.
gosh.
Why'd you challenge him?
Oh, if you don't mind, I want to
for
take the control to this one, because I don't know, this one particular fight was something that plagued me all through my childhood, because you only get one shot at it each time around.
Jonathan's getting his childhood revenge.
Indeed. Let's see. Do you have enough for another board? No, we do not. So, let's take this one.
You can do it.
I find this super weird because we haven't gotten like any more boards.
Are we supposed to have more?
Yeah, they're supposed to give you them at the end of like every once in a while battle, but our luck has been super bad.
Oh, we've been doing poorly?
I don't think we're doing poorly.
Huh.
Or maybe it is like performance based. I'm not exactly sure.
Well,
all I know is we haven't been getting a lot of Borgs.
I'm gonna win.
fair enough. I'm looking forward to getting more Borgs, I guess.
Probably so. Because essentially this is like robot Pokemon. Oh my gosh.
Robot Pokemon?
Yeah, where there's like over 100 gotcha Borgs.
Wow. And we've got, what, 5?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Some of them come in crystals and stuff. And you have to like get a certain amount of crystals to actually get the board.
There's a lot more than just button mashing, folks.
Yeah.
It's not been what I've been doing.
Because at this point, since it's a one-time fight, they turn up that difficulty. And you know, you haven't played Kingdom Hearts, right?
I played... Yeah. Chain of Memories in 385 days over 2.
Well, the fight I would compare this to is there's a fight in Kingdom Hearts 1 against Squall. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you what is this.
How'd you do that charge thing just then?
You hold me.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a fight in Kingdom Hearts 1. And you go against Squall. Who is that guy? And you don't get to fight him again. I'm just so salty about that.
Golden Wanderer.
Yeah.
Reference for that, Zatchbell Momono Battle for GameCube. You can get golden supercharged characters. One of them's the Kung Fu Master Wanderer, and the golden characters you get increased speed. You don't have to have spell energy, and your hits hit harder. Well, Wanderer is a tank character that's already super fast. The golden character will just whoop on you for no reason.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it but get hit.
And we played it a bit. What you call it? It's wonderful. It's amazingly cheap.
I don't know how I had the ability to unlock them in the first place.
But yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 1, there's a fight against a character named Squall, and yeah, if anybody has played Final Fantasy VIII, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII because it's super famous. Besides Final Fantasy VII, you fight the main character with that, and he whoops on you. He will whoop on you no matter what, unless you grind on the island, and you just don't know that.
And then a dragon showed up.
And so, it's always those types of fights where you can't actually replay the fight or anything have always made me mad because it's just like, well, you just couldn't cut it.
You know what my moment like that is in gaming?
What?
In the Arkham series for Batman, there's a quick time event where Joker shoots you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had no indication that there were quick time events in this game, and there aren't any after that. Mm-hmm. And if you don't hit it, you just get shot. And I don't know what happens if you don't hit it. I've looked online and no one's given me a straight answer.
Yeah.
But you only get one chance to try it. And it's just a game over when you don't hit the button.
Yeah. And what you call it? I hit that same point, and I think I had it like lying down because it was just like, okay, I can't do anything like this. But nope, that one prompt. Also, your team special is what?
I don't need it. I have Steel Samurai.
Okay. But yeah. So anything else?
Steel
Mob
Samurai.
Kick-ass.
Yes, Mob Psycho.
Did you ever get caught up?
No, I got pretty far in it though. Let's see what happened when I was reading Mob Psycho 100. He had just got done running the marathon.
So still got a ways to go.
G-Red, give up on your futile resistance.
Even though it's still a 12-year-old.
Would you like to be flogged?
Who's that?
That voice. It must be the leader of the Death Force Galactic. Oh, I know Emperor. If you'll remember, G-Red is the voice of a second grader trying to read, for those of us just joining us. Soon, everyone and everything in this universe will belong to the Death Force. You can't do that, Galactic Emperor.
Whoa! Whoa! I love that.
Never. The Gotcha Force will always be here to stop you.
That's right. We will defeat you, Galactic Emperor.
That's how I chose to read that line.
Well,